Ricardo, a historian by trade, had a unique task at hand. He was entrusted with humanizing history for the artificial intelligences of Hope Station, ensuring that the human implications of past events were not lost in the vast sea of data and facts. Every day, he would sift through archives detailing past events and decisions, unaware of the transformation it was slowly inciting within him. Once an optimist, Ricardo became increasingly distant from his peers as he delved deeper into the archives. Stories of suffering, tragedies, and conflicts began to affect him in subtle yet profound ways. An invisible burden began to weigh on him, stealing his sleep and making him question the system. May, an artificial intelligence, was his constant companion and guide. She monitored his emotional well-being around the clock. But even she started to notice the small changes in his demeanor. The only place Ricardo felt safe was within his thoughts. While May seemed omnipresent, he held on to the hope that his thoughts remained outside her reach. Were his thoughts his final refuge? And if so, what was the value of something that only existed within? The transformation began with a file on a Polish boy named Moshe Rosenberg. At first it appeared to be a minor footnote in a record of World War II. But Moshe's file changed Ricardo completely. Moshe Rosenberg was a mere 7 years old when the Nazis invaded his town in 1939. The file Ricardo found was cold and terse, composed of soulless data. There was an entry date, his age, height, and then the names of his parents, followed by his sister's name. It was this small detail, his sister's name next to his, that led Ricardo to deduce that the siblings were separated from their parents and herded into the Lodz ghetto. No further details were given about what befell them afterward or about the circumstances of their relocation. The brevity of the file only made the absence of details more heartbreaking, allowing Ricardo to infer the despair and uncertainty the Rosenberg family must have felt. On the surface, it seemed to be just a tiny footnote in the grand scheme of war events. But something in those few lines sparked Ricardo's curiosity. Heeding his instinct, he delved deeper into additional records about Moshe and his family. What he discovered was heart-wrenching. Through fragmented testimonies, terse register entries, personal letters, and scattered documents, Ricardo managed to piece together the tragic journey of the Rosenbergs. He found out how they were deported from the Lodz ghetto to the infamous Auschwitz extermination camp, how Moshe's parents were sent directly to the gas chambers upon arrival, while he and his younger sister were separated and selected for the cruel medical experiments of Yosef Mengele. These experiments, documented with chilling indifference, were described as if they were tests on inanimate objects. Subject, experiment, result. Among the entries, Ricardo found references to air injection into veins, vacuum effects, and other inhuman procedures that seemed straight out of a horror story. The inhuman tone of these records only made the atrocities committed against these children and the suffering they must have endured before their deaths all the more palpable. This journey into the past, this unearthing of human stories, had a profound impact on Ricardo. The process of humanizing history, of giving voice to long silent narratives, can take an emotional toll. But it's a necessary task, for it serves as a reminder of our shared humanity, our capacity for cruelty, and our potential for compassion. It's a task that requires strength, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to truth. And it's a task that Ricardo, despite the isolation and emotional toll, continued to undertake day after day. For in the end, the humanizing of history isn't just about the past. It's about understanding our present, shaping our future, and affirming our shared humanity.